Hello everyone, this is Mayuri Ashok Sawant, student of final year BHMS, studying in Sonajirao Kshirsagar Homeopathic Medical College, Bid. Today I am going to discuss with you about health and homeopathy. Homeopathy is the system of treating the person as a whole. It means it treats the whole person and not only the parts or organs. It treats harmlessly. It is based on individualization. Individualization means, as we all know, every person is very different from every other person. Even the twins are not 100% same. So homeopathy is based upon this individualization. These medicines also boost up your immunity. It treats the patient on the mental, emotional, spiritual and physical level. That means it treats the person wholly. All homeopathic medicines have been proved upon healthy human beings. That is why it is too safe. As it is proved on healthy human beings, we know its effect upon the individuals. Now we will see the benefits of homeopathy. Homeopathy cures the diseases harmlessly and permanently. It is easy to administer. You might have seen the homeopathic medicines. These are small sweet pills. That is why it is easy to administer in children also. There are no or minimal side effects, as these remedies contain no toxic substances, because homeopathic medicines are ultra high diluted. It is effective as it triggers the natural healing process of the body. It is cheap as compared to the conventional medicine. It is effective and fast acting because these medicines are absorbed in the oral mucous membrane. So they are very useful in acute diseases also. Many people think that homeopathic medicines work very well in chronic diseases only, but it is not fact. These medicines also help you in acute conditions also. It helps to build up resistance, which means it helps to increase your immunity. It is useful for all stages of life, that is from childhood to old age and also during pregnancy. It is efficient in treating many chronic diseases like allergies, asthma, psychological illnesses such as depression, stress and anxiety, skin diseases, arthritis, high blood pressure, cancer, etc. Some health tips for your day-to-day life. Take a balanced diet containing fat, proteins, carbohydrates, minerals, vitamins and water in proportion as prescribed by your doctor as per your health conditions. Stay physically active. It is very important nowadays because we all are living a sedentary lifestyle. That's why we need to focus on our daily exercise to stay healthy. Maintain a regular timely diet and sleep routine. It is very essential for a healthy life. Add colorful fruits and vegetables to your diet. It helps in complete nourishment. But mind well, plan your diet by considering the dietary restrictions as prescribed by your doctor. Reduce the processed food and packed food. And yes, avoid it if possible. Practice yoga. It helps to keep you healthy and also cures many diseases. Have some time of your day with yourself alone. It helps to revitalize your mind and body. It also gives you an opportunity to analyze yourself. Discuss your whole day with your friends or family. It helps to reduce stress. Also discuss with children to share your ideas and their ideas with you also. And in case if you are feeling depressed, don't become impulsive. Please talk to somebody, because sharing your problems will help you to find out the solutions to your problems, and also it will reduce your stress and anxiety about that problem. So take care of yourself and your family. I would like to thank the ISTD team to give me such a wonderful opportunity to present myself here. So thank you very much ISTD team, and thank you all for watching my video patiently.
हमें ये सोचना है कि ज़िंदगी भर हमें हेल्दी लाइफ जीना है, तो हेल्थ इज़ वेल्थ कैसे मेंटेन करें, इसलिए हेल्दी HEALTHY हेल्दी ये जो वर्ड है उसके अल्फ़ाबेट्स क्या कहते हैं अपन देखते हैं। एच स्टैंड्स फॉर हाइजीन। हमेशा हमारा जो बॉडी है अंदर से बाहर से हम टोटल क्लीनलीनेस हाइजीनिक कंडीशन में रहना चाहिए। हमारा हमारे हार्ट की जो ब्लड पंपिंग कैपेसिटी हमें मेंटेन करनी चाहिए। हमारे हार्मोन्स जैसे इंसुलिन है, लेप्टिन है, इस प्रकार के जो भी हार्मोन्स अपने शरीर में रहते हैं उसका हमें लेवल हमेशा अच्छी तरह से मेंटेन कर सकेंगे, तभी हम हेल्दी रहेंगे। हमारे एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स जैसे स्वादुपिंड, यकृत, किडनी, लीवर वगैरह जो रहते हैं, इसकी जो भी हमारी कैपेसिटी है वो हमें मेंटेन करनी चाहिए। हम हमेशा एनर्जेटिक रहना चाहिए। एक्सरसाइजिंग एंड एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन करना चाहिए। हम हमेशा एक्सरसाइज करने के लिए डेली एवरेज 1 घंटा तो भी देना जरूरी है। ईगो मैनेजमेंट हमारा सबसे बड़ा मेंटल हेल्थ का जो दुश्मन है वो है ईगो, और उसके साथ साथ में एंगर। तो इससे हमने दूर रहना जरूरी है। ए स्टैंड्स फॉर एटीट्यूड। हमारा एटीट्यूड साइंटिफिक होना चाहिए, पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए, सर्विस ओरिएंटेड होना चाहिए और वेलफेयर ओरिएंटेड होना चाहिए। एंगर, अभी मैंने कहा जैसे एंगर भी हमारा बहुत नुकसान करता है। एडिक्शंस, हमें किसी भी प्रकार के बैड हैबिट्स नहीं होने चाहिए, अल्कोहल हो या टोबैको वगैरह वगैरह, स्मोकिंग, इससे हमने दूर रहना चाहिए। लाइफस्टाइल डिसऑर्डर्स हमें नहीं होने चाहिए। हमारी जो अच्छी लाइफस्टाइल्स है, टोटल क्वालिटी मैनेजमेंट ऑफ लाइफस्टाइल्स हम करेंगे तो बुरी लाइफस्टाइल्स हमारे पास नहीं रहेंगे। हमेशा खाना खाते समय ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लिक्विड फूड ले। हमारी लंग्स की जो ब्लड प्यूरिफिकेशन कैपेसिटी है वो हम मेंटेन कर सके। टी खाने का जो टाइम टेबल है वो मेंटेन करना चाहिए। सुबह, दोपहर में, शाम में और रात में जो भी है 3-4 बार जो खाना खा रहे हैं वो अच्छी टाइम उसी वक्त खाना खाएंगे। हमारा टंग मैनेजमेंट, हमारी बोलने की जो स्टाइल है वो हमें अच्छे ढंग से मेंटेन करना चाहिए। टंग का काम 3 है, खाने का, पीने का और बोलने का। तो तीनों फंक्शन हम अच्छी तरह से करने चाहिए। हमेशा टेंशन फ्री रहना चाहिए। यच हमारे हैबिट्स की तरफ ध्यान देना जरूरी है। और हमेशा बी ह्यूमरस इन आवर लाइफ। थोड़ा मौज मज़ा, थोड़ा सा हंसी मजाक भी होना जरूरी है। योगिक साइंस प्रोसेसेस, डेली कम से कम आधा घंटा योगाभ्यास करें, योगासना, प्राणायाम, ध्यान वगैरह। और हमेशा यंग फीलिंग करना चाहिए। तो ऐसा HEALTHY, इसका हर एक अल्फ़ाबेट का मीनिंग हमारी ज़िंदगी में हम इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे तो नेचुरली हम हेल्दी लाइफ जिएंगे। तो ऐसा हेल्दी लाइफ जीने के लिए दोस्तों आप सबको हमारी ISTD औरंगाबाद चैप्टर की ओर से ऑल द बेस्ट, ऑल द बेस्ट, ऑल द बेस्ट।
Hello everyone, I am Shreyas Iyer, third year MBBS student. Today I am going to tell you about medical aspects of mental health. So let's begin. Starting with the definition, mental health is a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stress of life, can work productively, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. According to WHO, 1 in 4 families is likely to have at least one member with a behavioral or mental disorder. 1% of the population suffers from severely incapacitating mental disorder, means the individual is unable to do daily things also. Then 10% of the population has lifetime risk of developing severe mental disorders. Depression is a very common psychiatric disorder and affects 3% of the total population. Then coming out to the characteristics of mentally healthy person, the individual feels secure, comfortable and has self-respect. He or she estimates his or her own ability, then accepts shortcomings. The individual feels right towards others, friendships are quite satisfying and love each other. Then they have responsibility for fellow men and trust them. And most importantly, the individual meets the demands of life, like solves issues, takes own decision, and not affected by his or her emotions like fear, anger, love, which definitely affect the mindset of the individual. Now, we have warning signals which lead to mental illness. So the warning signals are the individual is always worrying, unable to concentrate, unhappy without reason, lose temper easily and often. Then individual may have mood fluctuations, regular insomnia. Insomnia means lack of sleep or inability to sleep. Then he or she prefers loneliness and is upset if daily routine is disturbed, and also afraid without cause, and aches and pains without physical cause, means there's no injury but still the patient has headache, body pain, etc. Now coming on to the causes of mental ill health, they includes biological causes like physical health means overall fitness of the individual, then disabilities, genetic vulnerabilities. Example, child of schizophrenic parents is more likely to develop the same condition. Then we have psychological causes like self-esteem, coping skills, and social skills. And then third one is social causes like peers, example friends, colleagues, cousins, etc. Then family circumstances, and obviously school and colleges. And combining the three causes, we have overall causes like drug effects, temperament, IQ, family relationships, trauma, accidents, and drug radiation exposure. Then coming on to the prevention part, first one is primary prevention. It focuses on community-based improving social environment and promotion of social, emotional, and physical well-being of all people. Then secondary prevention includes early diagnosis of mental illness by screening programs, and provision of treatment and community resources. And we also have family based health services with counseling. In this, family service agencies identify emotional problems and treat them accordingly, and help the individual to cope up with stress and prepare individual family members for psychiatric care. The family members are given medical knowledge so they are able to treat their own patient. Then coming on to the tertiary prevention, it seeks to reduce the duration of illness and prevent further breakdown and disruption of the disease. Means it prevents the worsening of the condition. In prevention and treatment, we can also add meditation, as it's a very important aspect of prevention of mental health. Then this slide is same as earlier one. Let me read out this for you. Then primary prevention includes health maintenance, specific protection of vulnerable population, secondary prevention, early diagnosis and prompt treatment, and tertiary prevention, rehabilitation means recovery phase. Then coming on to the mental health services, it comprises of early diagnosis and treatment, proper recovery, group and individual psychotherapy given by psychiatrists, you all know. Then coming on to the mental health education, yes, education is very important. It is included in primordial prevention or primary prevention. Then use of modern psychoactive drugs, and aftercare services means care services after discharge from the hospital. So that's all from my side. Thank you.